Hello everyone, this is the Sage of Calidor. I know it has been a while, but I had a lot of stuff on my mind, substitute teaching, and it had been really difficult, not to mention family stuff, but I am doing good. I've been working on this for some time. Um, the topic of this video is about Wizards of the Coast decision to ban half-elves and half-orcs, also known as Wizards of the Coast lost their minds. Let's get to it. Right. So this has happened like a month or so ago, but I wanted to reveal my thoughts on it. The reason why I did not say this initially was not just time constraints, but also I wanted to approach this as calmly as possible, so I know what's going on and such. So it all started with this article that happened. D&D to Axe inherently racist half-elves and orcs from books. And it says Wizards of the Coast won't include half-elves or half-orcs in the new wave of D&D books. That is surprisingly because I do not think of anything inherently racist about it. And I will get to that later. Also, plus, look at this right here. No explanation was provided for the opinion that half-elves and half-orcs are inherently racist. So there is no concrete proof about it. It's no explanation. They are saying we think it's basically saying, yeah, it's racist. The one good thing is players can still use a 2014 one that still has the old ones, but they said we're not going to do new ones. And they are instead going to replace it for children of different hominoid kinds. And basically said, it basically talked about language or existing rules, and basically says you can mix and match visual characteristics as you like and choose which race option you want. So basically it is, they can identify yourself with that, which I will tell you the problem for two reasons. Number one, half-orcs, half-elves, and I included half-drow, which are also half-elves. First off, Dungeons and Dragons is written from the perspective of a human. There is nothing wrong with that. We are all humans. None of us are elves. None of us are orcs. So half-elves and half-orcs is like identifying the uniqueness of a particular person's heritage. A half-elf, well, half of their parent is an elf. Half-orc, because their parent is an orc. And both of these races offer a special niche. Half-elves offer all the benefits of the elves without the drawbacks of being fragile. Half-orcs offer the benefits of being an orc without any of the societal drawbacks, since most, if not orcs, are rather unfriendly and do evil actions. So, because even a dwarf and people will give an individual half-orc an opportunity to prove themselves. I know because I read about this since D&D 3 or D&D 3.5 edition. It says Dwarves are fair-minded and will give half-orc individuals an opportunity to prove themselves. In all honesty, this is sad, really, because Wizards of the Coast is basically saying hiding your own heritage to the various characters of specific races. You're a half-elf. One of your parents is a human. One of your parents is an elf. There is nothing wrong with that. Some people in our world will say, I am half Asian in America because one of their parents is of Asian descent. There is nothing wrong with that. It is just saying what is your heritage. And furthermore, there is already a flaw in the idea for Wizards of the Coast, and that is, you guessed it, half dragons. Because the ruling said two hominoids of different types, or hominids of different types. Here is the thing. A dragon is something else entirely. A lizard with wings that can somehow become a different form to have intimate relations with a hominoid figure, an hominoid individual, which creates half-dragon offspring. So there is already a flaw with this. At the end of the day, I feel like this should not have a basis. And this is concerning because the stuff that has started to infect Lord of the Rings with the Rings of Power is starting to affect Dungeons and Dragons a lot more than it should have. I guess the one good thing is, because the books are still around, we can still play earlier editions. But my thoughts about it is I find it sad and disappointing. On my other channel, The Crusader Historian, I talked about showing pride in one's heritage. And also, here is some things. This is something you need to understand. Your heritage is your heritage. You cannot change that. You cannot identify yourself as an Asian or as something else. You should not identify one half of your heritage. That is the reality of it all. The greatest heroes in Dungeons and Dragons, especially those that are half human, half something else, make great uses of their heritage and use both of them to great heights. And that is my 2 cents about it. I am very disappointed, and no matter what they say, I'm still going to call a half-orc a half-orc. Gonna still call a half-elf a half-elf, and still call a half-dragon a half-dragon. That's it. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to an awfully late video. And it's a rather short video. I wish you best the next one. I should be back to getting channels done more regularly since I fixed out the niches in my schedule. I wish you the best. Farewell, and please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is the Sage of Calidor, and I'm out. Bye.